Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube, and what we're going to make is a chocolate glaze. And it's simple, it's quick, and it's actually four ingredients that you're gonna use. So it's really quick. Now, if you're looking for other glazes or frostings or icings, I have many on my channel. I mean, I have many that you cook over the stove. I have easy ones. I have numerous ones, so please check it out if you don't like this particular one. I have lots of other recipes for frostings and icings and glazes and what have you. We're going to be using a chocolate angel food cake that I made and had a video on, and that's what we're going to top it with. So let's get started. Now, I no longer give you the recipe below the video, the ingredients, so hopefully I'm going to go through clearly and slowly enough that you'll be able to jot it down if you want to. And it's really quick when you see, and I like quick, fast recipes, but I also like them to taste good, and this one does. We're going to start off with 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, okay, I have in a bowl. You're also going to be putting in 1/4 cup of unsweetened baking cocoa, and this is the baking cocoa, not the hot chocolate mix that you make for a drink. The baking cocoa, I really go through that because a lot of times I get questions on that, or it's misunderstood. And then just with my little whisk, or you can use a spoon or a fork, I just make sure that I, mix it together. Now, the next thing that you're going to be needing is corn syrup, and that is 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. Okay. And the next thing that you're going to need is milk. Now, you can use, if you don't have milk, don't like milk, can't have milk, can't drink it for whatever reason, then go ahead and you can use water. And I start off with actually 1 tablespoon, and I probably use 1 or 2 tablespoons. It really depends how thin or thick that you want your glaze, but I always start off with 1 and just, kind of eyeball it to see how it's going. Now I'll add a second one. That's 2 tablespoons. What I did find is that sometimes when you start mixing it, it almost looks like, oh, it's going to be too thick, and then you maybe start adding a little too much milk. So stay with the second one till it's all mixed before you decide to put more liquid in, because then it just might be too too thin for you. Okay, you can usually kind of tell right about now if it's going to be still a little too thick, and it is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a third one in. So play that by ear, please, whether you use 1, 2, or even 3. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to just quickly go to my spoon. I really could have done that sooner than I did. Okay. And again, this is where you really judge to say, well, should I make it a little thinner? Should I make it a little, did I make it too thin? If you did make it too thin, don't worry about it. What I would do is just add a little powdered sugar, a little at a time. Just sprinkle it in to get you the consistency that you want. Okay? All right. And this one does look pretty good, because you want it to kind of flow gently over the sides. So you don't want it too thick, but you certainly don't want it too thin. But you can see it's really a very pretty, silky, smooth chocolate glaze. It has a high shine or high gloss to it. Okay, and we're just going to start to put it on top of our cake. Now you could put this on whatever type of cake that you have, or maybe it's just a cake that you bought at the store. And then with my knife, I'm just going to work it to the very edge and smooth it out. Whoops, I got a little bit that wasn't mixed quite well there. Okay, and then once I really cover it to where I want it, because I want it to drip down the center of the whole of the cake, so I'll put a little extra around that so that it'll drizzle down. Okay, now start taking it more over to the edge, because you do want it to drip down. If you prefer that not to and just keep it right on the top, you can do that too. But I kind of like that when it drips down. So I'm gonna put the rest here on top, and I'm probably gonna switch to my spatula so that I can get it all out. And as you can see, this really covers the one cake. Let's get rid of that spoon. And again, with the excess, I'm going to take it right to the edge so that it starts to waterfall and run down the sides. Okay? I usually don't you know cover the sides, just the top, and like I said, let it drizzle down. And we have some more here, so we'll get that on top, because I want to use it all up for this cake. Okay, and there's a little bit more. It smells so good. Oh, this chocolate. And it sets up relatively quick. If you want it to set up a bit faster, put it in the fridge for, 10 minutes or so. You could set it up in the freezer too. Just don't forget that you put it in there. Not that it would hurt the cake, but okay. All right, I think I got it. And just let the rest drizzle down. And it will start to even out a little bit. And I'm just gonna put a little bit right there, because I want that to go down into the opening here. There we go. Okay. You don't have to really fuss with it much or anything like that. And like I said, it will set up on its own in about probably 20 minutes, but if you want to set it faster, put it into the fridge. It'll give you a beautiful mirror glaze on the top, and that's what I like about it. It's so shiny, and it really tastes delicious. So here's an easy, quick recipe for a glaze, for a cake, or whatever that you want to dip into it. It's great tasty even to dip in fresh fruits, like a fondue or that type of thing, or dip biscotti cookies in it. There's so many uses for this glaze, or if you'd like to call it, a frosting or whatever, or an icing. But it's quick, it's easy to make, and it's great tasting. It really is. So there you have it. I hope you try this recipe. If you do and you like it, well, leave a comment, because I'd like to hear from you. And if you're so inclined and you'd like to subscribe, wow, that would be fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. But I also want to remind you that I solely put my videos only on YouTube. And that's one of the reasons why I don't put the recipe below the video anymore. And I'm not alone on this, that's for sure. But I got very tired of seeing my work taken to other sites. It's pinned, it's posted, it's claimed as theirs, and I see that you've written to me and I can't answer you. It's frustrating, and it's just not worth it anymore to do that. So I hope that you'll watch me and find my video work on YouTube, because that's the only place that I put my videos on. So I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you soon.